Hi friends, in this video we will learn how to access Azure command line interface, which is Azure CLI, and from there we will create a new Linux virtual machine, which is Ubuntu Linux machine on top of Azure by using the command line interface. Let's go ahead and get started. Go to browser, type Azure portal, click on the very first link. So let me click on the actual link. So we have option to sign in. Click on sign in. So I am using my email ID, which I have already registered. Okay, I am able to log in successfully. So here you will have a cloud shell. So just click on the Azure cloud shell. So on the bottom you will get to save window. Let me scroll up. See, the subscription currently I am using is a free trial one. So if you wish you can. Okay, now I am under free trial subscription. If you wish to change, you can go and click on show advanced settings. So it will have some more features. So for now, to access the cloud shell for the first time, it will ask us to create the storage for it. Let's go ahead and click on create storage. Okay, it is creating the storage for us in the background for the first time use of cloud shell. So when you access it from the second time onwards, this option won't come directly. You will be seeing the cloud shell option, which is a command line interface to create the virtual machine or any resources on the Azure. Okay, the cloud shell has created the storage for us successfully, and now it is connecting to the terminal and connected successfully. Okay, let me clean up the screen. And to create the virtual machine, we can go use this option, virtual machine option, and create the one. So that is through the GUI option. From command line, I will show how to create the virtual machine. So I am following the Azure documentation itself. So this is the link. I will share it in the description also if you want. So to create a Kickstart VM on the Linux virtual machine with the Azure CLI. So this is the link you can search for in the Google directly. Let's go down. To create a virtual machine by using command line interface, first of all we should have a resource group created. Let's go ahead and create the resource group. Let me increase the text size, make it large so that we can see it easily. Okay, the resource group is created successfully. Now let's go to the next step. So in the next step we will be creating a virtual machine. Use this command hvm38. We are using the resource group which we have created in the previous command, and name is myvm, and the image I am using is Ubuntu stable version, and the user is admin user, and I am going to use the generate SSH keys for this. So to connect to this VM once after the creation, we will be using the public SSH keys. Paste it, enter. So it is storing the SSH keys in this home directory. So one is private key and public key getting generated under the directory SSH on your VM home directory. It's currently running. It will take few minutes to create the VM with the default allocations. So since we are using free subscription, no need to worry about the charges. So it should be okay. So here it takes few minutes to create the VM and supporting resources. The following example output shows the VM create operation successful. Once the VM is created, you should be seeing the following output. Okay, it's still running. Okay, so the VM is created successfully and VM status is currently running. And this is the public IP address allocated for this VM. So later we will be using this IP address to connect to this VM. Let me make a note of it. Okay. I'll just copy this one. Now go on check for the next step. So we should open the port range 80 for web traffic. So suppose so this VM I am creating for the sake of Jenkins installation. So once you done with the Jenkins installation, so you will be accessing the Jenkins URL from the website, right, from the browser. So for that we need to enable the port 80. So use this command and enable the port. Let me clean the screen. Use this command. And so on my resource security resource group, I am enabling the port range 80. So once we are done with the port open, next step is connect to the virtual machine by using this command. So let me copy till here, then I will use the IP address which I have copied. Okay, the port is open now. Let's clean up the screen. This command. So I am using Azure user and take the IP address and choose this one. Paste it. Okay, for the first time we are connecting. So for fingerprint exchange, it will ask us to say yes or no. So if you are sure we are connecting to the right server, just say yes. So there will be a fingerprint screen will be added to that VM permanently to the known host file under .ssh directory. Okay. This is the concept of passwordless SSH connection also, if you are aware. Okay, now I have connected to the VM successfully. Just clean the screen. Say host name. Just my VM. And I am on the home directory, Azure user. Let's see whether we have any of the softwares installed on this VM. Java version. Okay, it says Java is not installed. So we can use any of these commands to install the Java. So since this is the Ubuntu operating system, we should use apt-get commands. So let's go ahead and use sudo apt-get update first. We are just updating all the repositories with the latest RPMs. Okay, that update is done. Once after the update, use sudo apt-get install Java. Okay, so reading package is done, but we did not find any Java RPM. So let's see what it suggested in the previous screen. Java version again to see the recommended version. So this is the command it is recommending to install. So for this one I will use the Java 8. Sudo apt install openjdk 8. Copy this command, paste it, enter. Let's say yes. So it will download the Java and install. Okay, installation is almost completed. It's done. Now let's see Java version. Okay, so OpenJDK version 1.80 is installed on our newly created VM. Let's clean up the screen, and now we should be able to install Jenkins. So for that, use the command sudo apt install Jenkins. The package Jenkins has no installation candidate available in this VM. So for that, we should go to Google, search for Jenkins, open the first website. On the home page, click on the download link, scroll down, under the stable release, look for the Ubuntu version. So here is the one. Click on Ubuntu Debian. So to download the VM directly, Jenkins directly from the VM, we should add the repository of Jenkins. So this is the command to add the Jenkins repository on top of Azure VM. Paste it, enter. Okay, you got the confirmation saying okay, so the repository is enabled. Now we should also enable the public key of it. So that whenever we try to connect to Jenkins repository, we will not be getting any error. Okay, this is done. Now go back, use the command sudo apt-get update so that Jenkins repository will be updated on top of our VM. We have already done it once. Okay, it is very quick enough now. Now we can use sudo apt-get install Jenkins so that now we will be able to install the Jenkins. Still it is complaining Jenkins has no installation candidate. I think we made a mistake here. We should add this entry on this file. This is not a command line. It's a manual entry. We should add it on the VM. Say VA, paste this file, enter. At the end of this file, let's insert the entry which is provided on the Jenkins website. Paste it, escape, WQ, save it. Can't open file for writing. Okay, so I should use a sudo command to edit this file. So this file is owned with root, so it's not allowing the normal user to edit the file. Let me recopy and paste it. Go to end of the file, go into insert mode, copy the entry from the Jenkins website, insert it. Okay, now save the file. Use the sudo apt-get update once again. So we are enabling the Jenkins repository on our VM. So you will see the output of the command above. Okay, once that is done, let's go ahead, sudo apt-get install Jenkins. Say yes, proceed. So Jenkins version 2.235 is the latest version which is being downloaded and installed, so which is size in 65 MB, so it's taking some time. Okay, the installation process is happening now. You can observe on the screen. Okay, so the Jenkins is installed successfully. Let's clean up the screen, check the status of Jenkins. Sudo systemctl status Jenkins. It is already running. Now let's try to access this Jenkins instance from the browser. Use this IP address, open a new tab on the browser, paste the IP address. So by default Jenkins runs on 8080 and with the default installation we have not changed this port. I will show how to change that port as well in the next steps. So enter. You should be able to access the Jenkins instance from the browser by using this IP and port number. Okay, we got the Jenkins homepage here. Now we have to get the initial admin password to proceed with the further installation of Jenkins. Copy this file, go to our VM. So I have exited from the VM. Let's go here and see how to connect to this VM. Again, you have to use the same command and IP address of our VM. Enter. So now it will not ask for the yes or no because we have already logged in for the first time. The second time. Clear the screen. Go back here. Make the password again. Paste it. Sudo cat. Since this file is secure, copy. This is the initial admin password of Jenkins. Get the password. Go back to browser. Enter it on the form. Click on continue. It says the password entered is incorrect. Please check the file for the correct password. Okay. Copy it correctly once again. Come here. Enter. Continue. Okay, it worked. So here we have two options to select the install suggested plugins and select the plugins to install. So I would like to proceed with select plugins to install. Okay, here by default few of the plugins selected already. I would like to pick none for this installation and click on install. So none of the plugins will get installed. Later, based on our requirement, we can install the plugins. Click on install. Okay, the plugin screen is gone. Now we are on the form to create the first time admin user. So we have to fill up this form to create the new admin user by entering your username, password, re-enter the password and the full name. So again I will skip this form as well and I will skip with the default admin user which is on the bottom left side. Click on that one. So this is the default Jenkins URL of your Azure VM installation. Click on, make a note of it, click on save and finish. Okay, let's go ahead and click on the start using Jenkins. So this is the Jenkins dashboard once you log in, and we have logged in with the user admin on the right hand corner you can see. Okay, that's how we do the Jenkins installation on top of Azure VM.